You know that feeling when you get back from a trip and you feel like you need another vacation just to recover? Well, it turns out you're definitely not alone. We're seeing a massive shift in how we think about luxury travel, and it's all about finding meaning, not just movement. So let's dive into this and explore the one destination that's kind of become the accidental heart of this entire trend.
So, I want to start with a question, just to get you thinking. Is our whole idea of the perfect trip getting quieter? Are we finally moving on from trying to see everything and instead trying to actually feel something? Well, according to all the latest forecasts, the answer is a pretty big yes.
And this slide, it really just lays it all out, doesn't it? We're seeing this big move away from the then, travel that was all about intensity, about display, about constant motion, and we're shifting to the now, where the real goals are intention, connection, and finding personal meaning. It's just less about the photo for the gram and way more about the actual feeling. And look, this isn't just a small adjustment in our travel habits. This is what you'd call a real turning point. We're seeing a global move away from being a passive sightseer, just checking boxes off a list. People want to participate, they want to immerse themselves, they want to really connect with a place. This whole new way of thinking even has a name: quiet luxury travel. And the key thing to get here is that it prioritizes all the stuff that's really hard to capture for social media. Things like emotional resonance, genuine local experiences, and deep personal meaning. It's a kind of luxury that just whispers instead of shouting. This quote from the research just nails it. The prediction is that by 2026, the way we measure a good trip is going to be completely different. It's not going to be about the price tag, but about how strong that emotional connection was, how much you really felt a sense of place. It's like we're all starting to use a totally different currency for travel. So what does this art of quiet luxury actually look like in practice? Well, in this next part, we're going to break down why the most valuable, the most memorable experiences are usually the ones that happen far, far away from the crowds. So here are the core principles. It's about journeys that are led by the experience, not just a pen on a map. It's about personalization that's actually relevant to you. There's a big focus on wellness. And of course, prioritizing what might be the biggest luxuries of all today: privacy and space. And I love this last one. It favors understatement over theater. So, the million-dollar question is, where on earth do you find this? Well, that's where Mallorca comes in. And the really fascinating thing is, Mallorca isn't trying to be trendy. It's a place that has always naturally embodied these ideas. It has its own inherent rhythm. And that brings us to this really crucial concept: inherent slowness. Now, let's be clear. This isn't a spa package you can book or some digital detox retreat. It's a slowness that is literally baked into the island's geography, its culture. It's the real deal, not something manufactured for tourists. I absolutely love this metaphor from the source material. It says to think of Mallorca as a classic, well-tailored garment in a world filled with fast fashion. Fast fashion is loud, it's temporary, it falls apart. But a classic piece, it has timeless quality, and it just feels right. That's Mallorca. And this quote from the experts at Luxure just puts a perfect button on it. Their whole point is that the world is only now catching up to what Mallorca has been offering forever. The island didn't have to change. Our priorities did. Okay, so let's get into the specifics. What is it exactly that makes this island the perfect poster child for the quiet luxury movement? Let's break down the anatomy of its slowness. First up, you've just got slowness, silence, and space. Just picture it: an early morning in the Tramuntana Mountains before the rest of the world has woken up. Or staying at an inland finca, one of those beautiful country estates, where time itself just seems to stretch out. It's all about restoration, not constant stimulation. Next up, the personalization here is real because it's rooted in the place itself. We're not talking about some long menu of generic tourist options. We're talking about building a trip around what actually connects you to the island. Maybe it's a food itinerary that starts at a local market, or getting private access to an artisan's workshop. It's all about relevance. Now, this is a really big one, especially since most of us are pretty short on time. Mallorca offers these incredibly deep experiences even if you only have a few days. Why? Because everything's so compact. You can genuinely experience the mountains, the coast, and the countryside all in a single trip without feeling like you're rushing. And number 4, this isn't about being anti-tech, not at all. It's about finding that perfect balance between technology and the human touch. So sure, let an AI suggest where you might want to go, but then you need that essential local human insight to tell you when to go for the best light or how to find that little hidden spot. It's the best of both worlds. Okay, so let's zoom back out and bring this all together. What does this really mean for how you might travel in the future? Because this whole shift toward more intentional journeys, well, it's a potential game changer.
And this brings us right back full circle to that amazing metaphor of the well-tailored garment. It feels like after a long time of fast fashion travel, the world is finally coming back to valuing enduring quality, comfort, and quiet craftsmanship. And a place like Mallorca, well, it's just been waiting there all along.
So, if you wanted a new set of rules for travel in 2026 and beyond, this is it. It all boils down to these three guiding principles: choosing intention over intensity, valuing unique access over just accumulating passport stamps, and seeking out real human insight over blind automation. And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. The next time you sit down to plan a trip, ask yourself, is this journey going to be about movement, or is it going to be about meaning?